guys, welcome back to SF in Wonderland. Today, I'm here with the part 4 of Dennis the Menace. You know who Dennis is and how he Master Menace he is. In the last video, we stopped somewhere over here, right? And in this video, I'm going to continue it. Let's just recap. You remember, guys, Dennis the Menace was fishing over here. And they grabbed all the stuff that belonged to the other people. This is Dennis' dad. Here, you remember this part? Let's continue with this. Let's recap. No one came along the path for a long time. Dennis started to get bored. Then he saw Sergeant Slipper plodding slowly away from the town towards him. "Best yet," grinned Dennis. "Get ready, lads." They all crossed the lines and Dennis snagged the policeman's helmet. It flew through the air and landed in his lap. Sergeant Slipper turned around very slowly. Then, to their surprise, he looked straight at them. He had a horrible, smudged expression on his face. "Oh," he said, "knocking a policeman's helmet off is a crime, you know? Us? Knock your helmet off?" gasped Dennis. "How could we do it from all the way up here?" "Your little game's over," smirked Sergeant Slipper. This is Nisha wearing the hat, and then they're like, "Who, us?" This is Sergeant Slipper. This is the hat, and this is Piefish. Suddenly, they felt their fishing rods yanked out of their hands. The bad-tempered fisherman was standing straight behind them. "I told you," he called down to Sergeant Slipper. "They are a nasty, rotten pack of troublemakers." "They are the nasty, rotten pack of troublemakers," agreed Sergeant Slipper. He walked up the bank to the bridge and took the fishing rods. "These are being confiscated," he said. "And I'll have my helmet back as well." The fisherman gave Dennis a nasty grin, then walked off with Sergeant Slipper. Dennis scowled and reached into his pocket. He pulled out a piece of sticky paper, scribbled, "Kick me," on it. Then he very quickly stuck it on Sergeant Slipper's broad back without him noticing anything at all. "It's much of a menace," he told Goldie and Pieface with a shrug. "But it'll do for now. Come on." This is really funny. You know who they are. This is Sergeant Slipper. "Kick me," on his back. They followed Sergeant Slipper at a distance. The fisherman waved goodbye to him, and Sergeant Slipper plodded down the high street. Everyone he passed noticed the sticker on his back. They started to laugh and point. Sergeant Slipper couldn't understand it. He checked his tunic for X stains. He checked his trouser leg for small dogs. There was nothing there. Then one little boy twitched his foot, stepped backwards, took careful aim, and thwack! He kicked Sergeant Slipper's oversized bottom. "Oi, you!" yelled Sergeant Slipper. "What do you think you are playing at?" "You can't blame the kid," Pieface called. "Your sticker told him to do it." Sergeant Slipper reached out with a lot of huffing and puffing and pulled the sticker off his back. When he read it, he went even redder than before. "You pack of menaces!" he bellowed. "I'll have you behind bars for this." "You'll have to catch it first," retorted Dennis. And the great Beano Town chase began. Sergeant Slipper chased them through the streets and alleyways. They dodged around phone boxes and benches, behind fat choppers and under thin ones. They leapfrogged over small children and used softies as shields. "Get away, car!" yelled Curly. He saw his grandma's pavement scoot pavement scooter outside the shop. The three boys leapt on it and powered down the street. "Come back here," puffed Surgeon Slipper, clutching his sides and panting. The boys cranked the scooter up to top speed. Curly, Pieface and Dennis clung to the scooter, Nisha hanging on it on the back of his seat. They sped to the end of the high street and down the main road towards the zoo. This is Surgeon Slipper lagging behind the scooter. And they are running off here. This is Nisha, which grabbing. Yeah, you can see her. "Look out!" yelled Curly. He pointed. The wall of Minatown Zoo was straight ahead of them. "We're gonna crash!" cried Pieface in a panic. Nisha put his paws over his eyes, but Dennis steered the scooter violently to the left and they shot through the open door of the staff entrance. Dennis hit the brakes. The scooter shuddered to a halt in front of the elephant enclosure. There was a big sign saying "Ella the Elephant," and underneath it was Ella herself. She looked very bored. "The zoo's not open yet," said Curly, looking around. We can hide from Surgeon Slipper in here," Pieface added. "Time for a bit of fun, you mean?" said Dennis. The zookeeper was inside the elephant's enclosure, cleaning it out and grumbling to himself. He had left all his buckets of water by the wall. Dennis jerked his thumb and then at them and winked. The boys crept over and picked up a bucket each. Ella struck her tongue over the top of her enclosure wall. Dennis, Pieface, and Curly tiptoed over to the weaving trunk. They held up the buckets and Ella slurped the water into her trunk. 1, 2, 3 buckets full. Then she turned slowly around and aimed her trunk at the zookeeper. A jet of water hit him right in the backside. This is Ella the elephant, and this is the water going paw on the zookeeper. This is zookeeper. Ella gave a loud trumpet. "Strike!" yelled the boys. "You menaces!" spluttered the zookeeper. "Run!" shouted Pieface. They ran further into the zoo and stopped by the monkey cage. There was a big bowl of bananas next to it, waiting for feeding time. The zookeeper was close behind them. Dennis grabbed a handful of bananas and chucked them at the zookeeper. He dodged and jumped, but finally he slipped and landed splat on a banana. Before he could get to his feet, Dennis, Curly, and Pieface ran back through the zoo to where they had left the scooter. This is Dennis throwing the bananas, and here is the zookeeper piled up all in the bananas. The zookeeper did not seem to be following them anymore. They jumped back onto the scooter and raced out of the zoo and up the high street. "Keep a lookout for Slipper," ordered Dennis as he steered around the first corner. But suddenly, he didn't seem to be going anywhere. He pressed the accelerator, but the scooter wouldn't move. "Never mind, Slipper," yelled Curly. "Grandma alert!" They all looked over their shoulders. Curly's grandma had hooked her walking stick over the back of the scooter and was tugging on it with all her strength. And she had brought all her friends to help her. This is Grandma, and these are all the old friends of her. They're old, right? And right here are the other two, and now they're surrounded. This is Nish. Oh, Surgeon Slipper is also here. Let's continue. 20 furious elderly people were hanging on to the scooter with their walking sticks. Dennis turned around again and gave a yell. Surgeon Slipper was standing right in front of them, his arms folded and his face red. "I've been very busy with complaints this morning," he said. Very busy indeed. And I've just had another one from my friend the zookeeper. So I think we'd better go and see him together. The little old lady unhooked her cane and used the other end to prod Dennis in the ribs. Here she is. Off my scooter, she screeched. Grumbled. We're only borrowing it, grumbled Dennis, getting off the scooter. And we're not going back to the zoo. Oh, I think you are, smirked Surgeon Slipper. 20 walking sticks bristled in their direction. They were trapped. Dennis, Curly, Pieface, and Nature were pushed and prodded back down the road to the zoo. This is Surgeon Slipper, this is Nature, and they're all prodded. Every time they tried to break away, someone's walking stick would stomp on their feet. At last, limping and complaining, they arrived at the zoo. The zookeeper was still covered in squashed bananas, met them at the entrance. Aha, he said. Come with me. He pushed them into a building and through a low door. They were in a large room with straw on the ground and 3 walls. But the 4th wall should have been there. They were just bars. They were in the monkey cage. Surgeon Slipper was outside with the fisherman, Dennis's dad, and Curly's grandma. Everyone was laughing. There are 3 buckets in there, said the zookeeper. And you're not going to come out until that monkey cage is sparkling clean. Ah, roared Dennis. That's a sight for sore eyes, Surgeon Slipper chuckled. I told you I'd see you 3 behind bars. But no one had noticed Ella the elephant. She was watching everything. Those boys had made her laugh for the first time in ages, and now they were in trouble. She filled her trunk with water, took careful aim, and this is the elephant. She is fat. Paw! Curly's grandma and her friends went down like 9 pins. Splash! Surgeon Slipper did a backward somersault as a jet of water hit him. Splutter! Dennis's dad was drenched from head to foot. This is a splash, and here are all the men splashing. This is Surgeon Slipper in water. Dennis, Curly, and Pieface ran out of the monkey cage, laughing and cheering. It's lucky that elephants never forget, chuckled Dennis as they made their getaway. So this is the end of the storybook, Dennis the Menace. I hope you liked all my videos of this. And I have many other storybooks I want to share with you. But for that, you will have to subscribe my channel and like this video. So I'll bring the other books in my channel. For now, I'll just say you bye.